Now it's gonna blind them. Hi, everybody. I think, yeah, we're live. Hello. Now we just wait. Oh, well, that was quick. Hey, buddy. Let us know if you can hear us because we don't actually know.
Give us a thumbs up if you can hear us. Drop a comment or something.
Yay! Okay.
Awesome. So she's got an announcement.
Hello. That's not fair.
Not fair.
It was your idea.
All right, guys. So we've been debating for a while. Everybody's got shirts that advertise what they do, and you don't see very many for car haulers. So we thought it'd be cool to create an account where car haulers could log in, purchase shirts that advertise what they do. So this creativity here
We made shirts.
has spent several hours producing some pretty cool shirt designs, and
one that didn't quite make the cut.
well,
Can we show it to them?
sure.
In the creative process, I made. This is the original logo. It's our new logo, guys.
Yeah, that's our logo, and that'll be on the back of the shirt. But on the front of the shirts,
That's on the front of one of them. There's just one shirt that's just that logo.
yeah. But
Princess shirt.
so anyway, we wanted to. She's got this one that I was a little iffy about it, but I finally told her to go ahead and put it.
I got one that didn't make the cut. It's not going on there.
Yeah, go ahead and show them. What do you think? Should she put this up or not?
We're taking a poll, guys. Who thinks that this should go online? You want to let that through?
Yeah. So it's advertising for our brand, the Trucking with Bones brand, but it also on the front of the shirts, it's just going to be general car hauling names. And I've seen some really cool ones in the past. So if you guys have any ideas on, auto transport relocation specialist, whatever you want to see on the shirt, let us know. We can always add more designs. On the back will be the Trucking with Bones logo. But we thought it'd be cool to put some. In fact, there's a lot of stuff. There's
phone cases.
yeah, there's
coffee
phone cases,
mugs,
coffee mugs, T-shirts,
print versions of some of the best pictures we've taken.
There's hoodies for it's getting cold weather here shortly.
That's coming soon. The Trucking with Bones logo on a hat. We're working on it.
A hat, yep. But we also wanted to support the car hauling industry, not just our brand, but the industry itself. So we wanted something that anybody, no matter what company you work for, could be proud to wear. Something that says, something about car hauling on the front of it, and then there'll be a small logo that says Trucking with Bones. So anyway, we're going to put a link below our YouTube videos where you can just click on to go to our Teespring store, and you'll be able to browse through and just kind of see what we've got. And please drop us a comment if you have any ideas on some cool terminology or something that'd be cool on a T-shirt. Let us know. We'll give it a try.
There's 3 people on here, but only one of them is talking to us.
And also, I think some of y'all have already seen my recent confession. I'm considered a dinosaur by my kids. No Facebook, no nothing. YouTube was a huge leap for me. And so at 1 o'clock this morning when I couldn't sleep, I created a new account.
This guy's already found you.
Yeah, I see Wally's on there. So my new Instagram account, I'm still trying to figure it out. Apparently I've posted the same picture like 4 times. I'm just trying to look at it. So bear with me as I figure out this technology stuff. But anyway, I thought it'd be cool because I can do some photographs and some short little videos throughout the day of what we're doing, dealing with different little issues that I wouldn't normally take the time to try to put on YouTube. So just another way to connect and see what's going on out there with other folks in the business. Because obviously on the YouTube channel you can see me, but I can't see you. But on Instagram, then I can see what you guys are up to as well. So I thought that'd be kind of cool. So that's my big confession. And I think my kids are scrambling to clean up their channel now because I sprung it on them. And
He has a new YouTube channel too. Everybody should go see it.
It's just for stories. I like stories. Wrote a couple of books recently. And,
If you like the sound of his voice.
if you can stand the sound of my voice, you might like the stories. If it doesn't put you to sleep before it's over. In fact, if you're looking for a good way to go to sleep at night, check it out. Guaranteed I'll put you to sleep. Campfire Cryptids. YouTube. Bigfoot stories, just crazy stuff. Something different. Something kind of out there. So if you've had a Bigfoot encounter, send me your story. I'll put it up there for you. Yeah. Anyway, but I did. I wrote a couple of books. In fact, I put up a video here or two recently about it. But my second book just got published, and I'm kind of excited about that because I don't consider myself an author. It was just a hobby, something I thought would be cool to do, and one of my bucket list things. And I finally did it before I turned 50, so it's kind of cool. So appreciate y'all joining in. But anyway, we just wanted to let you know we've got all this new merch coming out that that's not just for us. It supports the entire car hauling industry. So y'all check it out. It's on our Teespring site.
I just checked the camera up in the middle of the live. Something's bothering me in the truck, y'all. Like the entire truck as a whole. You're seeing the entirety of our living room kitchen area.
Yeah, this little cracker box we're in right now. We missed the mothership bad. I'm sitting against the back wall of my bed. Hers is up there. And I'm reaching out, touching the little countertop, little tiny thing that does multi-purpose. It's pitiful. And the refrigerator, you put 1 gallon of milk in the bottom and a couple sandwiches in the top, and it's full. So definitely missing the mothership. Which, by the way, engine is complete, finally. It's running. They got a few little touch-up items to do. So we're hoping to be back in it shortly. Hoping. But we've been hoping since, what, Christmas?
Mm-hmm. Before Christmas. It broke down in November.
Yeah, so maybe we'll be back in it by Christmas this year. We hope. Because Doggo's getting kind of cramped in here.
I don't know what that means. Oh, I do know what that means. Sorry, it'll fix eventually.
Where to tomorrow?
Oh, Texas. Well, here's the thing. We were supposed to be delivering in Texas tomorrow. We're in Pennsylvania. It was a long week. It took us a week to get from Tennessee to Pennsylvania.
Part of a day in the shop. Set of brake shoes on the trailer. Got to stop and get some more brake shoes on the trailer. They didn't have enough to do the entire job, so we got to get that finished up.
Oil change.
We got an oil change. Needed that done. But then the traffic up here is just pitiful. And as y'all saw in the recent videos, we had a whole lot of winching to do, a whole lot of in-op vehicles on this particular trip. And that always takes more time. So when it's 30 to 40 miles here up in this area, it's rarely decent interstate. It's a lot of times it's back roads and it's slow. So it's just slow getting in and out of this area. But we're headed for Texas. Wide open country. Looking forward to it. Not sure if we're going to hit the flooding. We're thinking we might be around the edges of it. But maybe it'll go back down by the time we get there.
I'm pretty sure we were still playing in Jersey when you left the area. We spent a couple days in Jersey. We had some transit van problems.
And we need to get together for lunch sometime. We'll pass up one day on the road. We did get to meet Gary, though. That was cool. Out in, or near Grand Junction, Colorado.
I don't remember where we were.
Yeah, it was just east of Grand Junction.
Can you tell us where the Rio is headed? San Antonio.
That is one cool little car, guys. I mean, I don't know how long. I didn't look up the history on those Rios. But that's a pretty solid built little car, and it was obviously kind of a fancy one. All the trim around the door handles. There's almost no rust in that thing. It runs, those old flatheads, they smoke a little, but the thing runs beautiful. The little manual vacuum advance knob on the steering wheel, it's just so cool. Obviously not as comfortable to drive as these late model cars, but still, there's just something about those old cars that I love.
Left mass around. Okay, well, we're chilling south of Philly. I'm not going to actually say where because, well, never mind. He's in jail now. We're in Hanover, Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
Just kidding. We can start telling you guys where we are on the regular now.
We found a place to hide behind the mall. Nice big empty parking lot. I love it out west. I can find a state park or a national park or something where I can go hiking in. But
today he found a sidewalk to walk down.
Yeah, today I found a sidewalk with a little bit of grass next to it. I was so excited, and so was Doggo.
Well, I'm not explaining the whole situation, but there was a situation in my life. Which is why we weren't telling you guys where we were, and we were just telling you time zones and lagging videos 3 days behind. But now we can tell you because
Yeah.
Yes. It was probably the top of the line, and it probably was. It's a really nice car.
I'd say it was. Because it really is.
It's got a big old back seat. It looks like something that a rich person would get chauffeured around in back in the day, to be honest.
For its age, 31 model, it really was a nice top-of-the-line type car.
It's in better shape than the 72 model we have on here, that's for sure.
The only downside, no brakes. So it was a little bit fun loading.
So excited. There was brakes one time, and he was like, oh, there's really good brakes. And then he was backing it onto the trailer and missed a ramp, so he was pulling forward. He tried to hit the brakes and kept going across the parking lot.
Yeah, nobody was in front of me. I didn't run over any old ladies or anything. But the pedal did work the first time I hit it. Second time went all the way to the floor. And we were told it had no brakes initially, so we should have believed them.
I did believe them. I don't drive those cars.
I love driving them.
Every time I walk up, guys, I'm 23, okay? Every time I walk up to one of those cars, the old guy that we're getting it from is like, you know how to start this? No? Do I look old enough to know how to start your car? No.
I'm not that old either. Yes.
Okay. He is.
Yours is a Wally-Mo trailer, right? I think so.
Where are we headed? We're headed to Texas. We're going to Dallas first, and then Austin, and then San Antonio. Hopefully we're avoiding all of the catastrophe that's going on down there right now.
If you look on my website, Nationwide Auto Dispatch, nationwideautodispatch.com, there's a red truck. Sorry. Yeah, it's a red truck and a red trailer. That's a 15 model Wally-Mo, and it has some cab chassis on it. We've also put, back when I was a dispatcher and dispatching for that particular trailer, I put some Sprinter type vans on it as well. Now on this trailer that we have right now, I can put the full size, the biggest Sprinter van they make.
He's new.
With a roof air like 9.5 feet tall and 23 feet long. I can put it on the back.
With
Top deck lowered all the way down, nothing underneath it. It peaks out right at 14, and it's maxed out on overhang on the back. In fact, you got to be careful what state you go in. Some places you can't even have overhang, but you can get one on. Now, as far as the top, I've put them on the top positions, low roof. I even had a mid roof on the front, but you've got to do a lot of extra work, air and tires down and chain and suspension, sometimes front and rear suspension. And if you end up a little over height, if you look at your suspension on your truck, if you have an airbag suspension, where the air valve is, the little lever that comes off the air valve, you'll have a rod that comes down to the rear end. You can take that rod and bend it, and it will lower your suspension. You get where you're going, you straighten the rod back up. It's about the diameter of a pencil, nice little steel rod. You can dump 2 inches on your suspension on the front of your trailer real easy. Problem is it's going to raise the rear of the trailer up, so you got to be careful, make sure you don't have anything back there that's going to raise up.
This is what those Isuzu cabin chassis look like, so don't put it on your trailer. Don't do it. You'll break it. Welcome, Larry. You're new. I've never seen you before, so thanks for joining us.
Meaner than you think. Little
Don't
lady.
put that on your.
Yeah.
85 degrees is cold to you. Well, I guess it is Arizona. It's Hold on a second.
It's probably in the high 60s, low 70s here. I don't know.
It's
Check it out.
70 degrees here.
It's pretty nice here.
It's gonna be cold tonight. It's wake up and put a hoodie on weather is what it is. Don't put those cabin chassis on your trailer.
That
Just don't do it.
they might fit actually.
They'll break your truck.
No, that one's not that heavy.
That's.
No,
Are you crazy?
I think it depends on the height. It really depends on the height and how much flexibility you have to make sure you're not over height. But I don't think it's a good deal. I don't know what they weigh though. We're looking it up here just to see.
12,000 pounds.
I've had
Oh
12,000.
wait, no.
I can do okay. The maximum weight that I'll do.
Oh, that's the
is-
GBWR. Time out.
I've done F550s or 5500 series trucks with a work box. But you've got to make sure the work box is not loaded, like no small cranes, winch, the air compressors, things like that, because I've bent a deck trying to load one of those. But your basic 550 or 5500 series truck, haul them all the time, no problem. In fact, if you go back on the videos, you'll see some orange ones, dump trucks. Those were 14,000 pounds.
They weigh 20,000
20,000
pounds,
pounds.
sir.
They were kinda
Not his. Not what.
Oh.
The cabin chassis weigh 20,000 pounds. Don't do
Are
it.
you sure?
Yes,
Check it out for sure.
it's a medium duty truck. Don't.
You don't want to break something. That is true.
You'll
But-
break your ramps.
The ramps are the weakest point on most trailers. So we carry blocks of wood, and if I'm concerned about it, I put blocks under the, find the middle point of the ramp, stack some blocks under it so that it's not going to bend them. Those ramps are 500 and change a piece. You don't want to
Speaking
buy
of
them all day
ramps,
long.
we swapped ours out.
Yeah.
Did you tell them about the bent ramp situation?
No.
It was a struggle.
When we started pulling this trailer we have right now, we swapped trailers because this trailer actually has tire pockets or drop pockets, which is really nice. We don't use them very often, but one of this last video series I put out showed how they do work.
I just wanted to know. That's the only reason.
We didn't-
Wallimo is not as strong as Control, but they are more flexible sometimes. I've seen some loads going to Wallimo that probably wouldn't have gone on the Control.
Oh yes, the drop pockets. We didn't really need it. We just wanted to play with it and see. We've used them a couple times, and the one time we did use the bottom deck ones, it made the difference between being legal and being over height and having to dodge scales and watch out for bridges, which I never want to do. Don't like to do. But she was talking about, the last trailer we were pulling, before we got it, somebody had bent the ramps on it. Or I'm sorry, the trailer we're pulling now, somebody had bent the ramps. They were in this beautiful little rocking chair design. And when you put them all the way in, they'd hang, and sometimes we'd have to get a pry bar to get them back out. Just a big pain. So swapped them on my old trailer.
Have fun, whoever gets that trailer next.
Yeah, it does have some bent ramps, but it's still functional. They may be straightenable. I don't know.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
But they're about $500 a piece to replace them.
Ain't really that much.
I just look real close at those Isuzu cabin chassis. The only two concerns I would have, total weight per truck and total height, because those cabs are going to be kind of high. And the width could be an issue on your trailer. I forget exactly what it looks like. Some of those trailers have some uprights. So you got to make sure that you're not going to be hitting your uprights if like going down between, if you're lowering a deck. Like on the top of mine, I can't lower my middle deck all the way down if I have a dually, because the dually ends up sitting up on the outside rails and the deck drops down through from below it. So it's like putting a jigsaw puzzle together.
I'm not ignoring you guys. I'm just texting YO Trans to let him know that we're live.
could be bad. Strap's coming off.
What?
Well, there's a thought bringing the ramps to you. They are extruded aluminum, and there's no kinks in them. They just have a nice little rocking shape look to them. But they are currently installed in another trailer.
Yes. I don't know if it's because of bolt. Probably. If they're too bold to have ridges in them, then the little nipple things on the plastic holders won't attach the tire.
They'll come off sometimes, and it doesn't seem to matter how tight you put them. You can really crank them down, they'll still come off. Chains, I love chains. I like having a trailer with both options because I use both. Depends on what I want. If I have a heavy vehicle in the front, I always try to chain it because I don't want it ended up sitting right here in my bedroom.
I have chain PTSD.
But chains are really great for pulling suspensions down. You can lose 2 or 3 inches real easy.
You want to say hello?
So for those of you that have just joined us, we started the stream just to tell you about new merchandise that we've got. T-shirts. She's been designing some really cool car hauling T-shirts to support the entire car hauling industry.
We want to show the new people the design that didn't quite make it.
Sure. Not just our Trucking with Bones logo, which is also on the back of the shirt, but we want something out there for car haulers in general, so anybody can wear it.
Very funny about what? Oh, God.
It could put a lot of strain on the deck. It really could, and I'm bad for going for the best paying, regardless of what it is. But I weld. I've done quite a bit of fabrication, so I don't mind doing a repair here and there. All right. So, yeah, there it is. That is our logo. Trucking with Bones. Here's her latest design.
I thought it was funny.
I was a little more hesitant. So, but I know I've heard a lot of really cool terminology for car haulers that are not car haulers. I mean, I'm trying to figure out how to say this. We're all car haulers, but there's other names to describe as more fancy names. Auto relocation engineers, just weird things like that. So I thought it'd be cool to come up with some things like that to put on T-shirts.
There's also printed versions of our favorite pictures that we've taken. And phone cases. The phone cases are only available in the original logo because I didn't really see a point in making phone cases for all of them. So yeah, there's that.
Sorry, my phone's going off, which is nothing unusual.
He's busy. His boyfriend, aka the next best thing, is needy. It's not really his boyfriend. We'll stop those rumors before they start.
Yeah. So from Texas, we don't know. That's the thing I love about car hauling. From Texas, we don't know where we're going. And that's the thing about car hauling. You've got 2 ways of doing it. Some guys like that security blanket, if you will, of having a dedicated route, knowing exactly where you're going. Same place, back and forth every time. Deal with the same people, same locations. A lot of guys used to absolutely love the old CarMax system when it was still up and running. I got a buddy that just loved it. That was the best thing since sliced bread. I personally love the way we do it because I never know where I'm going on the next trip. I get to see the country from top to bottom and coast to coast and never know where I'm going with it. Hopefully we're heading back west, hint, hint, dispatcher. Because I really don't like it up here in the east.
We are. I hate the East Coast. I live on the East Coast, but I despise it.
Nothing against the people. I just don't like the traffic. I don't like how slow it is. But you can get some good loads coming out of here. So we end up back here every once in a while. Last summer we were doing just back and forth, East Coast to West Coast, East Coast to West Coast. Yeah.
I braided for him.
Careful,
Look
I'll put your
nice
nickname on there. Yeah, it's braided. Look there. It's braided. I need to get a little bell, to hang on the end of it so when I talk or whatever, it kind of tinkles a little bit.
It's
maybe
not worth it, Brandon.
keep it up. I'll put your nickname on there.
Shave the head too. He told me the other day that he's been bald before.
Mm-hmm. I shaved my head baby bottom slick. Boy, was I handsome too. I had to grow it back. Keep the women off of me.
For some reason, I doubt that.
It was too much
What
work.
was the CarMax system? Oh, I wasn't around then.
So CarMax is like nationwide Walmart for buying cars. They're everywhere. And they had an entire system of transport from one store to another where as a transporter, you could pretty much stay busy just on their load board. It was steady. It was consistent. You could get dedicated routes back and forth between, like I think they had, I wasn't involved in it. I've hauled a few CarMax cars, but I didn't actually work off their load boards. Buddy of mine did though, and they had the United States divided in half. They had west side and east side, and you could get some longer hauls, but a lot of it just had to do with from one CarMax dealer to the next, or if they purchased a vehicle at an auction, you pick it up at the auction and take it to one of their dealerships where they would clean it up and sell it. So they were apparently going broke, and their siege, the way the transports work, they put it out to United Road. Actually took a lot of their transports, took 20% off the top, what I thought was cheap freight already, and then put it back on the low board, and it really messed with the car hauling economy for a little while. Of course, everything always pulls through, but still, it was the market was suddenly flooded with guys that were hungry and looking for work that used to haul CarMax and were absolutely hated the new prices. I guess they ended up working through all that anyway, but
where is my buddy Doggo?
she's right here, aren't you, darling? Yeah. She doesn't know. If she knew, she'd be traumatized, wouldn't you? Yeah.
Okay. They're friends now, but next best thing is the one who ran over Doggo. Way back when we showed you guys her jacked up leg, it was him.
And when he first got in the truck riding with us, she tried to bite him every time. In fact, she did. She drew blood a couple times. He still got some scars, but he worked through it. And they ended up being, I wouldn't say best friends, but she ended up being able to tolerate him quite well.
She tried to run from him.
I got out of the truck.
I have pictures.
Left her in the truck with him.
Picture evidence.
And
Ready,
she
guys?
crawled out on the hood of the truck to get away from him. That's how bad she hated him.
It was the first day I was at camp. He said, "Hey, your dog's having some issues." And I said, "What?"
Yeah. And she fell off the hood. But then she learned that she could actually escape that way.
Look at her. She was running from Brandon. Running from him.
And since she's smart enough, she knows intentionally how to roll windows down. I mean, she knows. When she wants the window down, she just walks up there and pokes at the button until she gets it. So then we couldn't leave the truck running anymore and go into a restaurant with her. She's too smart for her own good. Taught her a new trick, and I'll put a video up here in a little while, not tonight, but sometime soon. when she wants to go out, she's learned how to go get her leash and bring it to me. I'll tell her leash, and she'll pick it up and bring it to me and hold it in her teeth while I get the strap, the little hook, and hook it onto her collar, and then she'll let me have it. Took her about 2 weeks. She didn't like it at all to start with, but took her about 2 weeks, and now she's doing it. She's a pretty good dog.
Now she's excited. She's excited now.
So one of the next best things since CarMax is Tesla. If you have a truck that's late model enough
Yes.
to get into California, you can often get full Tesla loads. And Tesla loads are the only loads that I'm aware of going clear cross country that are worth hauling, money-wise. They're always one pick, usually one drop, sometimes two, maybe three, but they're all close together when you do deliver more than to more than one place. Obviously, they're quick and easy to load. They all run. There's no winching. It's great from that aspect. And it's a pretty drive because coming out of California, unless you're heading to Florida, normally you'll come up through Colorado, which I absolutely love. And you may come across the bottom of Wyoming instead of Colorado, but you come up over 80 through the Sierra Mountains, and it's just beautiful. Love it.
What does deleting DEF even mean? How do you delete your DEF system?
It can be a computer delete, or it can be a manual, a mechanical delete. Here's the thing about it.
Delete our DEF system.
I've been asking around, I've been watching, and I see a bunch of old trucks out in California, a bunch, and not California registered trucks. Of course, there's a bunch of those because they're kind of grandfathered in at this point. But I see trucks registered in other states that are way old. I mean, we're talking like early 2000, and I have never seen an inspection where they've inspected for it. Everything I've seen online talking about it, it's the EPA guys, little green trucks run around that actually does the actual inspections. And from what I've read, they're at the scales, and once you cross the scales, then they'll pull you in and check your emissions. I have yet to see one, and I've spent a lot of time. I've run every major scale in California. I'm not saying they're not there, but I have yet to see one inspected.
About to advertise. Are you going to advertise for this place?
But I did see, and you guys may have seen this too. I forget where I was reading it. It came across with some news feed that I got. Two large companies, and I think Werner
He's after your beard.
was one of them. The company itself got fined a very large amount of money because they failed to make sure that all of their lease operators or owner operators were legal to run in California, and they were sending them out there. So you got to be careful. You can, however, get an annual permit for up to 1,000 miles in the state of California for an older model truck.
Don't you need an account to haul Teslas? We're set up through RPM to do it, so they just make you a Tesla app account.
Yeah, it's an app you download.
You have to use the Tesla app.
But they have to send you the link for it. So it's just getting set up with the right broker. There's a couple brokers that move those Teslas, but RPM is one of the biggest ones. And you get with the right people with RPM, and they're pretty decent to work with. They really are. They're good folks.
Okay.
Last summer, we were getting
A lot.
$14,000 for one load, California to East Coast, if we turned around and went straight back to get another load because they were backed up like crazy. Now, the math didn't work out for me to want to make a deadhead all the way back. So what they let us do was stop and grab 2 or 3 decent paying vehicles. We wouldn't take the time to get a full load. So they'd have to be something right along the route because we had to make it right straight back. But of course, nothing like that ever lasts very long. But we ran it while it lasted, rode that train till it derailed.
There we go.
Now that doesn't pay anywhere near that, about half that actually. So we haven't been moving a lot of loads.
Yeah, they're super easy.
Yeah, they're not hard at all. They're good people. Yeah, check them out.
I'll send you my contact's phone number on Instagram, Wally.
Yeah, direct cell phone.
Was that the
She's
actual?
got people's cell phone numbers. She stalks
I
them.
have a lot of people's cell phone numbers because they like me. I have a secret boyfriend at Montway. Every time our company's name comes across the computer screen asking for a load, he's always the one to call me. Is that the actual name of the place?
Don't know, but it's running. The big truck is running now. We were just talking about that a little bit ago. So they lack a few little odds and ends that they're tidying up, and then hopefully we'll be back in it. If the boss doesn't decide to sell it out from under us, we don't know because we don't own it.
Our stuff is still in it though.
Yeah, we got to go move out.
Go to this creamery place if you're ever in Pennsylvania. I don't know if that was actually the name of it, but it's Apple Valley Creamery that this milk is from. We were at a little fruit stand next to a big apple orchard, so.
I don't think you'll have the line for me to see it.
I just said the name of it. It was very good chocolate milk. That's what this was. It was chocolate milk.
It's pretty bad when you can sit on your bed and get into your kitchen refrigerator.
Next time Brandon says something, just.
Hey, Brandon. Love you, buddy. Inside joke, guys. Inside joke.
Look, she smells the cheese.
You smell it, don't you?
This is the face of wanting cheese, guys.
Well, it's getting late. We got a movie to finish. Just want to let y'all know about that merch. Check it out when you get a chance.
Your stinky socks are not in here. I can assure you. We would have found them by now.
Oh no, dog already ferreted all those out and buried them.
Somebody just joined us. Hello, 8th person. Oh, they held it for review. You have to click on it. It's not a touch
Not a
screen.
touch screen. Oh well.
How much does it cost to buy mileage in California? We've never had to do it.
Well,
Why would you put that on YouTube?
hey, whatever. You're telling your own stuff. I don't know if there is a cost for that. It's a one-time annual 1,000-mile permit, and I think 1,000 miles would be just enough to make one Tesla run.
Hit the like button to help. I don't know what that means.
Hey guys, thanks for following. Thanks for tuning in with us, and we'll see you next time.
Wait, I'm looking up the California stuff for this guy.
Okay, hold on a second.
And we're getting more people now. Carriers domiciled in California with trucks older than 2011 model will need to.
There's a whole lot of reading on that. And of course, they're always changing stuff and trying to make it tougher out there.
Trump just took away their allowance to make their own emissions stuff for cars because he said they were making cars too unaffordable for the American public. So they're probably going to take it out on truck drivers. That's the only control they have now.
Hey, Brandon, want some cheese? Oh, it smells so good. I'll get some for you next time I see you.
Carriers domiciled in California with trucks older than 2011 will be blocked from registering with California's DMV starting in 2020. That sucks.
California for you.
Okay, so go check out our new merch store.
I think I just need to get a whole row of little beads, all multicolored beads. And
We're
put on
not
there.
shaving that beard off. He's put too much work
I
into
have.
it.
And look how long this thing's getting. Look at that. Way too much work.
All right, we're going to finish a movie. And, hold on. Time out, YouTube universe. They're probably still there, to be honest. they can probably still see us, so don't do anything stupid. Alright, we're back. I don't know if you guys can still see us or not, but there's the link to our merchandise.
And we'll start putting it below every YouTube video. So y'all at least check it out and let us know what you think. Even if you don't buy any of it, that's all cool. But we'd appreciate you just taking a look, giving us some ideas on other captions to go on it. Hope it's something that actually supports the entire car hauling community, not just us. Y'all have a good night.
No, Brandon, he's not shaving his beard. What is your fetish?
Yeah. He's just jealous. That's what it is.
Bye, guys.
See y'all.